Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are going to fundamentally shift how you view hiring tech talent. For a really long time, the industry has treated technical hiring as just a line item expense, right? Something you try to strictly minimize and optimize on a spreadsheet. But today, we're going to break down why that mindset is actually holding your business back. Look, every company today invests in technology, whether that's purchasing cloud infrastructure, AI tools, or cybersecurity solutions. Yet one of the absolutely most valuable investments is often totally misunderstood, and that is the investment in technical expertise. So over the next few minutes, we're going to move away from that outdated expense mindset and transition into a strategic investment strategy that actually builds a sustainable competitive advantage.
So let's dive right into this by looking at a flawed yet incredibly common question most companies ask on day one of the hiring process: how much does this expert cost? Now, I know it seems like a perfectly logical business question, right? You've got a budget and you need to fit resources into it. But focusing here immediately frames the professional as just a commodity. It measures today's expense without considering the future at all. When organizations focus exclusively on cost, they completely overlook the long-term impact that an experienced technical professional brings to the table. Honestly, they miss the forest for the trees.
To fix this, we need a massive mindset shift. Instead of obsessing over today's expense, highly successful businesses ask a completely different question. What value will this expert create? This is the core paradigm shift. You're determining tomorrow's success rather than just tallying up today's bill. Evaluating professionals based on their long-term value rather than just their hourly rate leads to better investment decisions, greater long-term value, and ultimately, sustainable business growth. It's really about looking at the horizon, not just looking down at your shoes. Let's move on to Section 1, the trap of the lowest bidder and the hidden costs of cheap talent.
You know, choosing the absolute cheapest hourly rate might look fantastic on a quarterly financial report, and it might seem financially attractive in the very short term. But these seemingly cheap hourly rates, they often act as just the tip of an iceberg. Beneath the surface, poor technical decisions frequently result in a cascading list of hidden costs. Think about the massive downstream impacts of choosing the absolute lowest bidder. We're talking delayed product launches, mounting technical debt, glaring security vulnerabilities, constant rework and maintenance, and eventually, entirely lost business opportunities. What you saved up front, you literally pay back tenfold in fixing broken systems. Experienced professionals help you avoid these hidden costs entirely by delivering solutions that are scalable, reliable, and perfectly aligned with your long-term objectives.
Which brings us to Section 2, the expertise premium, and what great experts actually deliver. Outstanding technical professionals aren't just implementers. They're the architects of your company's future capabilities, and their impact ripples across the entire organization. When we break down the true return on investment, we see that expert deliverables, things like strategic problem solving, designing better system architecture, implementing stronger cybersecurity practices, and building scalable cloud solutions, map directly to massive business benefits. Those inputs translate into higher quality products, faster time to market, and significantly reduced project risk. Their expertise influences every single stage of the product lifecycle. They are creating value that continues to pay dividends long after a specific project is wrapped up. And that brings us to a fundamental definition. The value of an expert is measured by the problems they solve, not the hours they record. Businesses simply don't succeed just because they purchase more working hours. You aren't buying time. You're buying critical thinking, industry knowledge, business understanding, and innovation. You are buying their past experience to solve your present organizational problems. When you hire an expert, you're leveraging years of their hard-earned knowledge to skip the trial and error phase entirely. And that gives your business a tremendous competitive advantage.
All right, Section 3, hiring with expert on hire. Smooth hiring, no noise.
So we understand the theory and the economics behind the expertise premium, but how do you actually go out into the market and secure these professionals without getting completely overwhelmed by the noise? Well, platforms like Expert on Hire are designed specifically to help you invest in verified expertise and build long-term technical partnerships. Through AI-vetted talent matching, structured workflows, secure escrow-protected engagements, and direct founder support, you totally avoid the common traps of profile popularity contests and race-to-the-bottom pricing. Instead of rolling the dice on the cheapest option, you're making a confident, trusted hiring decision that aligns with the quality your business actually needs to succeed.
Let's pull this all together in Section 4, your new competitive advantage and the expertise investment framework.
Because the markets change rapidly, technology evolves continuously, and customer expectations literally only ever go in one direction, up, you need a reliable framework for turning talent into a competitive advantage.
Every successful technical investment follows a logical journey, from making that initial smart hire all the way down to realizing outsized business results. Step 1. You invest in expertise. That directly leads to Step 2. You build better solutions, which then allows you to, Step 3, deliver better products. High-quality products naturally result in Step 4, earning customer trust. And that trust is the absolute rock-solid foundation for Step 5, achieving sustainable business growth. It's a straight, unbreakable chain of cause and effect. The companies that consistently outperform their competitors are rarely the ones spending the least. They're the organizations that recognize this exact framework.
So if you take nothing else away from this explainer, remember this crucial point. Technology supports business. Expertise drives business. Look, technology can be purchased by anyone, right? Software can be replaced and infrastructure can be upgraded by anybody with a corporate credit card. It's a totally level playing field out there. But expertise? Expertise creates lasting, proprietary value. The organizations that treat technical talent as a strategic investment rather than just a short-term expense are the ones building stronger products and much more resilient businesses. They are the ones driving the market forward.
I want to leave you with this final provocative quote from the source material to reflect on. The greatest return on investment isn't found in technology alone. It's found in the people who know how to use it. Think about that for a second. You can buy the absolute fastest, most expensive car in the world, but if you don't have a professional driver behind the wheel, you just aren't going to win the race. Technology is just a tool. It's the brilliant minds behind it that create your competitive edge. So as you look at your own organization today, ask yourself, you've bought the technology, but who is driving yours?